about that?
With you gone or shaker.
Here I am!
Lost in the woods, are ya?
Silence! Greetings!
Five in a row. How about that? Six in a row. Two down.
Behold!
Hope the Dire weren't partial to that mid-tower. Ain't looking good for the Dire's mid-racks. The Dire's mid-rack. It's gone.
Silence! Here I am!
Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Seven in a row. How about that?
Here I am!
Dire's mid-tower could use a little help. Dire's mid-tower's having technical difficulties. Dire's mid-tower's nothing now. Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days. It's sundown for the Dire's ancient.
Dire team back.
Dire's ban. Radiant's ban. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Radiant's pick. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Dire's pick. Clockwork! Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Dire's pick.
Naga Siren.
Ten seconds to go. Radiant's pick.
Keeper of the light.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Radiant's pick.
Ember Spirit.
Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Dire's pick.
Discomfort.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Dire's ban.
Medusa.
Radiant's ban. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Radiant's ban. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Dire's ban. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Dire's pick. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Radiant's pick.
Dark Seer.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
Oh, wait. So I honestly legit waiting for the original, the official shortcaster, but I don't think that they happen to be here on the Dota TV. Yeah, there is no one. Okay, so the band heroes here we have Primal, Shadow Demon, Invoker, Task, Shadow Wind, Timbersaw, Pangolier, and Extra.
Take your
Sorry for
pick.
the late one. And here we gonna watch Tundra Sport versus MOUZ Sport on BetBoom
You can't
Dacha
improve
Belgrade
until you make
2024.
mistakes.
And
This is a
the
good
group
opportunity
stage,
to learn.
which means it will be best of 2. Tundra Sport 3-3, Sand King, White Monk, Clockwork, Lauren of Ember Spirit, Saksa, Death, Prophet, and Saika. Yeah, Saika with Ursa. And MOUZ here, Supreme, Storm Spirit, Immersion, Naga Siren, Narman. Keeper of the Light will meet Medusa, Force, Dark Seer. Okay, so it's actually kinda interesting. Let's just put the draft aside, and
10 seconds to go.
I'm gonna tell you the positive side of both team. I
5
already
seconds.
mentioned, like, I don't know how many times, but Tundra Sport, they have this ability to turn the somehow kinda defeat condition of their team to be a victory, so they are super powerful on the late game. And MOUZ on the other side, they have a very different draft. Even if we see here there is a Jet Prophet Saksa, which means a supported prophet, but again MOUZ, they have a very unique draft. Of course, with a unique draft, there will be a different way to utilize the draft too against the newly known draft. So it's going to be interesting. But let's see here, there is Ursa and Medusa. Just judging from the carry, I would prefer the Ursa more. There is the built-in BKB with the Rage. Even if Medusa maybe is way too low, and the mana build, I bet it will be pretty costly. And she's super weak on the early until middle game, so MOUZ, they will need to drag this game to the late game. Meanwhile, the Tundra Sport themselves, they are so mentally they are so strong.
Better get ready.
On the late game. So plus we have to mention the Dead Prophet here. Lauren of playing the spirit heroes so beautifully. Of course, there is the Sand King, and White Mon Clockwork is way to be a nightmare for MOUZ Sport. And of course, there is the Dark Seer here. Maybe we gonna anticipate for Ursa with the Wall of Vertica. Also, just gonna run with the skill. The Surge, yeah, and Ion Cell will be good enough for why the shortcaster always always have a tendency to zoom out pretty
30 seconds
far
to go.
here. Can you just zoom in? I'm sorry, I'm not the one who's handling the camera, so okay, let's get back it. And MOUZ, they still have the Naga Siren with the ultimate disable song, of course the Ensnardo, the rail in, so will be super hard for Tundra to escape
they're
the
off.
combo. And yeah, the Iron Shell will be pretty sufficient to creep on the lane, but
Got a
again,
feeling this is gonna be good.
I wouldn't think that there is some significant combo from MOUZ Esport. They tend to, let's say that the song is in and then the stone gaze is in. It's like just set the song for the stone gaze, or maybe just do it for the wall of replica, the wall of replica, of course the wisp from Keeper of the Light. Then again, it's all so dependent on the Medusa's damage. Meanwhile, the Tundra Esport with the Ursa is a built-in damage dealer, and of course there is a Stand King. Ember Spirit, I wouldn't say that he's a big damage dealer. It's all about the item for Ember Spirit, but there is another magical. No, it's physical, right? If I'm not mistaken, the exorcism is physical, yeah. So doesn't matter if MOUZ Esports gonna build the BKB, somehow they gonna still have to get a lot of physical damage coming from the exorcism. But again, exorcism can easily dodge by having a lot of armor, so there should be someone on the MOUZ Esports that's going to build assault grass at the same time maybe pipe to anticipate the epicenter. And yeah, that's maybe the MOUZ Esports gonna do to drag the game into the late game, because somehow the Ursa bear here, he will have no choice, of course, when it comes to dealing with Naga Siren, also Medusa in the late game.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Okay. I hope I'm okay. It's way too big.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
It's more. Okay, long time no see DP support. Don't draft for legit draft. I guess it's legit draft for Tundra. You know, there is a possibility that Tundra is not gonna annihilate so much tower as early as soon as they get Prophet has the ultimate. And of course there is Ursa, Norman just light and the ground, but not enough to escape from the death. Was not for Whitemon. Blinding light. So this is why Medusa Wonderly is pretty good, because the range and also with the snake, with the mystic snake, really absorb the mana and deals a lot of damage. Saksa try to drain the damage with Spirit Siphon, and of course there will be Creep Swarm for the last hit, but nah. What's really happening with the Creep Swarm? Specifically, just say this. Only 85 damage with the first Creep Swarm, so Norman.
The Radiant's courier didn't make
the courier there is pretty much worked on the uphill. We're trying to survive, but
no
there's
breaking down the Radiant structures like this.
There's not enough damage. There's Ensnare and real of course the step intelligence grasp and the Rose try to save the Saksa, but Saksa's still dead. 3-3. Somehow trying to survive again. There is still 5 magic stick, so it will be normal since dead. Yeah, lower enough physical with the help of Whitemon. It's like, you know, usually like the original plan from the old Dota until maybe, I don't know, the I10, they have a tendency to have the support, the post 5 only staying on the lane, but in this kind of match like 3-4 years so far. Oh, look at that, first is cage on the coke, the carrot coke here, but first somehow with the search just escape the death. And again, it's not really, if you are an aggressive post 5, then it means that you will be so easy to just cover for another
Dyer's
map,
top tower,
especially
you know the drill.
because we guess there is 3 even if there is a sentry, 3 trees, so Slicky here trying to just give up their life for the creeps. I wonder
Someone
if the
took out
Nagasarans
the Radiant's courier.
didn't hesitate to come to the uphill, then it will be his skill, but yeah, you know, the vision from the watcher here is enough that, oh wow, where is the Sand King? Then that's the moment that he knows that the Sand King tried to suicide. And well, first just search
Trouble brewing at
back
Radiant's
to the
bottom
tower.
tower.
It's way too far from home. Now I'm not trying to delay the damage from this bear for force, but force way too speedy. There's another search on 1 second. Of course, Lauren is trying to fill the bottle in, but invisibility for Nagasaki.
Radiant's mid tower's getting
Already
banged up.
5 heroes from both team on the mid lane. Force here dragging all the creep just for himself. Sucks. Supreme's away level 6, but there is a silence. But sucks. That's an easy kill for Supreme's, basically like, well, it's way too fast. 6 minutes in and the Sun Sphere is already
Dyer's mid
making
tower won't
around
last much longer.
for the map. Well, White Moon, I wonder if he wants to have wisdom rune, but you know, the MOUZ, they know already that they will somehow
Something
have
bad's
to get
happened to the
rid
Radiant's
of this
courier.
White Moon, but there is line up on the wisdom rune. This is the spirit of the
Bottom
MOUZ.
tower's
There,
getting
trying to have benefits like issues for the force, and he successfully done, but with the sentence that
Guess what's happening to
skill
Dyer's
is played
bottom
with the double
tower?
kill. But on the top lane, wisdom top lane, oh, got denied. Yeah, someone denied, so maybe it's the Nagasirens. No, why they denied? We can just trying to pick it, but I don't know. What's happening? That's Bigfoot for the bear. Nagasirens just annihilated with the Great Sword and full net, trying to delay 3-3. The Sand King is so low on HP, but just I'm gonna back to the desert and heal. Of course, why not? Oh, this one damage for Lauren. This will be another aggressive movement for Lorenov because this is the double damage, the amplified damage. Well, again, so far, Tundra Sports, they can manage a kind of similar aggressive movement from most esports, like just there is Supreme trying to do the lineup, but lineup still have 2 spirits, and there is maybe slow office. Yeah, it's enough. Supreme slow on the mana and snare for the Ember Spirit, but it's lucky enough. Not lucky, I mean it's way too fast with the Finger, right? Force with the Iron Cell, but there's still the Surge can really escape from the bear.
Never refuse
You
gold.
really need someone to catch this Darkseer or maybe just stun, but the only one that can do so is the Clockwork. Here is the Clockwork, the Coke. It's basically just the jet for force for overclick. It's basically just a feed for the bear. The immersion, why it's roaming around, trying to maybe stack or find some roots. You know, in the battle of spirits, it will be pretty important for both teams to handle the river runes. Like, it decides what's your next move. Like, if let's say that the sun spirit got regeneration rune, so it will be like, okay, let's see, there's a bottle regeneration rune. Supreme just try to regen and just control it. It's like a nightmare. Even if low enough, the Ember Spirit, let's say that he also has 3 there's regeneration things, but 3 there is no sandstorm to escape. So that exorcism we don't know. But the fortification just to delay the destruction. MOUZ trying to escape, trying to cover for cover, but the silence of spirit is under trouble, and that's a bit painful. And still under the exorcism effect, so I wonder why he just charging like that. It's like seeing white moon. Like, oh my god, this is my time to shine, and that's the big mistake the storm spirit had. He forgot that the prophet still has the silence. Of course, the silence like one big nemesis for the storm spirit. You know, the regeneration is maybe like the biggest rune that all of the storm spirit player want. But again, if the moment's not in like the previous fight, I bet it would be pretty wise for the storm spirit player just to hold the aggressiveness, and Lorenov just throw the spirit away. There will be another tower destruction for 15 seconds, waiting for the exorcism, and meanwhile, Force and Norman, they're successfully stacking a lot of things there.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
Some farming with the iron shell, but white not they know pretty well. But of course, there is Saturn, basically just okay. Thank you for the snacks. Again, I wonder if the Darkseer is gonna make any impact on this. There is hope shot. Oh no! But nevertheless, they can get it. It's like, I bet there is a miscommunication. If only, let's say, if only, maybe White Moon's gonna just hookshot the Darkseer, and Lorenov just gonna hold the Keeper of the Light. It's still possible, but yeah, I bet there is a misunderstanding, maybe miscommunication again.
Bottom tower's getting the business.
But again, regardless of the miscommunication, there is still a kill. There is water recharge for the Storm Spirit again. It's like, you know, the river room basically in the hand of the Ember Spirit, and
Radiant's top tower's taking
trying to build some
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer. Them Dire buildings
like
are
super
tough as
fast
nails for now.
And on the mid tower,
The
there's
Dire couldn't hang on to that mid tower.
trying to go to the bottom lane, maybe. Oh no, Exorcism is already rare off. So the orchid, okay. So the first item for this Storm Spirit will be the orchid. He really thrives on the aggressive style, which means that there is still a possibility for the Death Prophet to silence this Storm Spirit away. Okay, that's actually. And of course, there is no way that he can silence this Storm Spirit if she got silenced right away.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now. Have fun trying to bust down Radiant structures now.
With the full outfit of Team MOUZ on the bottom lane, Meanwhile, White Mouse saying the silence. Not really sure, but
Radiant
is
lost
this the
their
real
bottom
one?
towers.
What again? This
Dire's
puts
mid tower
trying
could use a
to
little help.
use the twin gate to move to the top lane. Maybe it's going to be another power destruction on the top lane. No, it's only the Storm Spirit and White Retreat. It's already with the item. Maybe it's gonna join the fight soon. Meanwhile, White Moon is trying to get the Glimmer Cape. Oh, it's the Blood Soul, not Octarian. I'm sorry because I never build a Blood Soul. Support life. Hashtag support life. Okay, next time I'm gonna see if this is the real Blood Soul or Octarian. It's like, you know, the recipe is almost similar with the same circle item and the same expensive item. Smoke from Tundra Sport trying to join the Sand King, of course,
Speedy roll
because
of
there
haste.
will be no way that most esports gonna know if this 3-3 is not alone. Look at that. From the back,
The Dire
that's
might
one
wanna
big
mine
move.
their top
They
tower.
found another sirens, they office inside and just jump. Sit here just to keep the whole Tundra spot away from the Sand King, but they can make a siren, so it's very rough. They're trying to kill the Mega Siren, and there's exorcism, immersions, goodbye, and it's Burrows like one big Burrows strike and mantra. It's on the epicenter, but epicenter is not going into anyone. One shot and dominating for cycle. This one is the first was on 60 minutes. And there is, you know, the Ember Spirit trying to silence Ember Spirit, but somehow he successfully silenced the Ember Spirit, but he perfectly know that there is an illusion battle on his possession, on the Spirit's possession, so he said, it will be not a good
Dire's top
move
towers get beat
to
down.
continue.
Towers gone.
So just farm. BKB for the next item for Supreme is one. I really appreciate the course that build some adjustment, some item adjustment with the situations, like, you know, some of the players somehow
Radiant mid towers get banged up.
the greedy style, let's say some pack on the previous match, trying to escape the overwhelming silence and overwhelming stun, but he didn't build the Lincoln Spear or even the heavy and the good shot and low strikes. He's one game away. He didn't even breathe. I bet it's like, okay, low shot, okay. There is jumping cycle because this dagger is so big, and of course there is
What's happening
the
at the Dire's bottom tower?
Tundra.
The rule of illusion.
They know that they need to shut the Medusa. Look at this, is 7 minutes.
Dire's bottom
And
tower's
the
getting the
items
business.
only Orchid and Manta.
Name your beauties.
And it's not
Dire's
really the
mid
big.
towers
Ini
have
suaranya nih agak terbelum sama suara Dotanya. Oh oke, ya karena maghrib. Jadi aku tidak ngomong banyak. Tidak ngomong kencang.
Radiant's top
Oke, makasih
towers
Mbak Cok. Aku kecilin aja. Udah cakap belum? Alright. All over vehicle for what? Just for what? That's really big move. You know, all over Pika is pretty has a pretty long cooldown, but I wonder why he wasted on only that prophet with the, let's say that there is no possibility to escape the death, and there is some spirit like continuous stun. You know, the white man with the hook shot is pretty beautiful, and there is again just escape the death. Saika still trying to form. It's pretty okay. I know, I trust my team. Just farm. I'm gonna just farm for my BKB, because on the next move it will be very hard, you know, to deal with the song. Of course, there is no way that Norsa gonna activate the ult right on the song, so BKB is a must. And you know, somehow the ultimate from Ursa is not really long enough just to deal with the song. And of course, let's say the the Gorgon snare. Yeah, I remember now. It's just to, yeah, I like this kind of non-greedy build. They're trying so hard to, like, you know, there will be no guarantee that we will win this match. So let's say that I'm gonna build BKB or something, like, look at this Keeper of the Light, even build the 4 staff, and White Moon's gonna build the Glimmer, of course Supremes, already so close in with the BKB. It's like, okay, just escape, just ignore whatever fights that they won, just build the item first. There's BKB, there is Battle Fury for Ursize, like, you know, because they perfectly know that in most esports they gonna stack a lot. It's Medusa and Naga Siren now, plus there's a Darkseer, so it means that it equals there will be a lot of stacks. So the Battle Fury decision is, I really appreciate it. Atos there, or her kid, and the Dead Prophet, but Dead Prophet again, he has the silence. But that just you the Naga Sirens away. Still, just some to escape. Well, I guess it's pretty big though. 2 wisdoms on the 21 minutes for Tundra Esport, which means, look at this. The super from MOUZ still level 8 and level 7, which means that they really need to find a way to gain more level, even if it's only by farming or even creeping on the lane, or the probably gonna a bit hurt. Force White Moon, if White Moon is on 12 but Force is only 10, level 10, look at that, it's like super fat support. White Moon has no way that he's gonna afraid of this Darkseer. Darkseer is like just as crisp, and that's a kill for Saika again. The bears basically just eating on the crib, and then, okay, there is a kill for me, okay, thank you. We'll continue to farm again. But nevertheless, even if the Tundra Esport, they seem to have the upper hand here with the roaming around on the 3 lanes, but the Medusa with the perfect ability of the split shot can really farm well. Look at that net worth, just 300 away from Ursa's net worth, so it's not really big, but at the same time also it's pretty big coming from the losing team on this minute. So there's smoke again. MOUZ Esports trying to engage on fight, but the smokes pop out. Still, MOUZ Esports, they gonna charge in pretty close here. There is silence for the Sand King and Exorcism. Silence for Supreme. There is the BKB to White Moon. I don't think White Moon's gonna survive on this fight, of course. Just Spirit away for Lorenov. And Saika, even if he is a big bear, they want the big bear. Look at the silence, but there's BKB. Saika just kinda run away. And yeah, for now, because they don't have anyone to initiate, they don't have to deal, they don't have some kind of the magical damage dealer, although the AOE one, the epicenter or the sandstorm from Sand King, so they really need to just back off. Well, we can see here too the Dead Prophet trying to find a way to build the other lanes, so the silence is gonna just silence everyone from far away if it's possible. Just silence so many things, so many heroes, and also trying to force the activation for the BKB, especially for the Storm Spirit. But for now, from Team MOUZ Esport, the only one that's going to escape from the silence will be the Darkseer with the Guardian Grave and also the Storm Spirit. And let's see, even also the Medusa with Mantle, so it's a pretty big one. Hola. Immersion. Again, still pretty big on the network. But there is a pretty big advantage on the network for Tundra Esport. It's the 11k. But it's always like this, you know, this kind of Tundra Esports playing is like super safe. They wouldn't want to charge pretty greedily. There is invisibility for Supremes trying to spy, and this is the reason why I look at the map. The Tundra Esports, there's already just to welcome the whole MOUZ Esports, and 3-3 with the Bloodstone and Yules. Okay, there is no vision. There's more coming from the both of the team. Wonder if someone's Shiva's guard and the spirit away. I don't think. There is Yule. No way that Force gonna escape. Wall of Replica is in, and of course the Stone Gaze. Whitemon trying to escape with the Glimmer. I don't think it's gonna escape with the Dust Immersions. Just both, and then Keeper of the Light also down. Urza is so dead. And Burrow of Strike. Wow, and the Epicenter. That's a very beautifully done unit. It's all alone. It's just one very small Medusa. Team wipe out for MOUZ Esports. 3-3. I wonder why he's safe. I wonder why he saved the Burrow Strike and the Epicenter. It's like, okay, just gonna wait for the perfect moment, and it's indeed the perfect moment. Even if Whitemon and Psyche's life at the stake, but of course it's a team wipe. It's team wipe, so it's okay. I bet they're gonna say like that. And maybe because the Storm Spirit somehow put the Orchid on the Sand King, so the Sand King's gonna have a bit late for the reaction. But again, the team wipe is a team wipe. It's still worth mentioning. Ember Spirit with the jump. It's like, okay, I wouldn't want to say that the jump is for battling some invisible heroes on the MOUZ Esports, but I bet it's going to be the invisible effect from Sand King, so there should be some true sight from MOUZ Esports. That's Valorant is trying to utilize the gem. There's Epicenter and Burrow Strike again. Sandstorm and Supremes failed on finding 3-3, but BKB to Saika unit is so low. There is another mana recharge from the Narman, and there is the song for the Ember Spirit. A silence again for Naga Sirens. Look at the Epicenter. Bam, mega kill for Lorenov. It's like, okay, my PC is not crash. Okay, what's happening? You know, this is LAN tournament, right? Why the PC is got crash? Okay, maybe someone's going to fix the PC. Saksa has maybe buy a new one. I mean, yeah, hello tournament developer, why it's got crash? Like the effect of the Epicenter at the same time also the Exorcism. I don't think Exorcism is already in even without the Exorcism, but the battle is very overwhelming about the damage, and it's like, okay, I don't know what to attack. That's what I had in mind about the MOUZ Esport. And of course, even if they're successfully just spawn the BKB here, let's say the Ursa. Also only the Ursa, I guess. Yeah, I saw that the Ursa successfully spam the BKB under the song effect, so the bear is somehow still charging and still annihilating all of the most esports heroes, and at the same time also force trying to pick the wisdom runes. So much impossible force. Look at. Okay, like, okay, I have nothing to lose, let's just try to steal the wisdom rune. He can just bring his own PC. No, there is no way.
Technical difficulties.
No, I bet
Dyer's
there is no way lah. They want to just send the PC on the airport. And of course, with the LAN tournament, they shouldn't bring their own PC, because there will be something that, you know, just maybe cheating way. So just keep the spirit alive, keep the healthy tournament. So that's why the LAN tournament is pretty big. And somehow, of course, they are allowed to bring their own headsets, also the keyboards, but that's not like bringing your own PC, of course. Maybe success playing on the laptop. Okay, there is the recall. This is why Keeper of the Light is like, you know, if you are a pretty big support player, you have to know how to play with Keeper of the Light, and especially with the recall, because, you know, with the good support here, you can really have to see the map. You can make a very fast and steady judgment about the location of the enemy team, so you can recall your teammates. And that's what Narman did. I bet Narman, right? Yeah, I watched Narman's performance on the previous match. It's up against, okay, there is a shot, just wait. There is no one that's gonna silence the storm spirit. Only that prophet can do that. But again, if only that prophet still able to wait. Okay, I throw something from my hand. Okay, back to the match. Even if the only one that can deal the silence for some spirit is only the death prophet, oh, Arman's in big trouble. The blinding light to escape, but I don't think that you can escape from 3 use in, and just one poke away, boom, it's a mega kill. And consider MOUZ trying so hard to bring the whole space in Galaxy for the Medusa. You know, Medusa is pretty deadly if she has a lot of mana, so that's why there is no way that this Medusa gonna dead if you haven't killed the Keeper of the Light. So if you want to kill Medusa so early, just kill the Keeper of the Light, especially in the big fight, because the Keeper of the Light's gonna try to charge the mana. It's like basically a raid boss at this point at 32 minutes. Medusa is not yet very big, but again soon she will not need that kind of mana recharge from Keeper of the Light. But again, so far, if you want to really drag the what the hell is that? Okay, you want to drag the fight on the mid game and the early, so the Keeper of the Light really needs to be staying with the Narman. Atos, Narman, I bet The spirit siphon away. Narman trying to escape. Burrow strikes not connected. Blinding lights. But there is low enough Tada. Surprise mother father. Meanwhile, Storm Spirit still trying to hide. Will need Shadow Blade. The only thing that gonna escape the Medusa from the dead is only Manta Style and Shadow Blade. So like, if only. Oh, that's why the Ember Spirit has this gem in mind, because there is Medusa with the Shadow Blade. I wonder why, but again, I don't think that's a good move to have Shadow Blade in. But again, it's a big move. Silence for that prophet. There is a glimmer from Whitemon to save that prophet, but again, that prophet under exorcism is way too tanky. Look at it. I wonder if that's really support HP. Really take like the whole party to deal a death for the dead prophet. Okay, so far again, I don't think that this Darkseer made an impact for the whole match. So it's gonna, okay, I'm just gonna wait. This force, yeah, I mean Darkseer, all of the Darkseer players like just gonna wait for the death or for the fight. And the function of Darkseer is basically just put the wall of replica and iron cell and just search away vacuum if there is someone that's going to TP out unit. And stone gaze is activated. Lorenov is not really afraid of the stone gaze. There is song to save the Medusa. I wonder if they're gonna hook shot for the Medusa. There is big one. The siren is out also with the Medusa. There is no cover up from the Keeper of the Light and also the Storm Spirit here. It's like, okay, we are trying to give you space, but why you are dying on the bottom lane? But again, regardless of the things happen already, Tundra is trying to destroy the tower and barracks on the mid. The tower. It's like, I wonder if it's going to be mega. It's pretty big mega. Why you don't help Saksa on filling the... Okay, one. Okay. Alright, so far Urza is already on the dispersion. Also the Octarine. There is the tier 3 token, but he doesn't need it yet. Maybe he can just adjust on the next match, because you know the token rule, there is no way that's gonna change. And there is a epicenter for Darkseer trying to escape with the search, but again, there's no way to escape from the Sand King. It's basically a king of the desert. Yeah, desert. Okay, so far Medusa's finally rolled back on the network. We can see there is a lot of networks coming from the core of Tundra Sport. Hex for Whitemon is all alone, so late to escape. It's not like he can just spirit in, spirit away, we like what Ember Spirit did, but again, Clockwork's way too late to escape the death. Exorcism from Saksa. I wonder if successfully go with destroying the tower, but yeah, they decide to back off for now. Trying to find something maybe. The dead prophet on the other side still trying to connect with the team. Maybe with the twin gate. They're so prepared for the Roshan, even if the next Roshan will be 1 minute more. So yeah, they're still preparing for the Roshan fight, alright. Ooh. Okay, smoke out for the both of the team. There is Medusa Strike still trying to form Burrow Strike in, and there is an overwhelming damage from the Ursa, but again Song to save the Medusa. Medusa still has the Stone Gaze, also the Gorgon Grasp, hook shot from Whitemon, but I wonder if successfully escaped. Yeah, he successfully escaped with the Whitemon and Immersion's death. Again, the Sand King use trying to delay the death, but it's a death for the Sand King Saksa. There is a buyback from the Sand King, Burrow Strike in, and look at the Medusa is really dead with Supreme 2 Force trying to escape. There is a beautiful dagger from the Darkseer. Okay. One thing I know for sure that this buyback from Sand King is making very big impact. There's a lot of stun coming from Sand King, like I don't know, so many times stun, like the perfect goal, perfect target, even if Darkseer so failed to be killed. But again, it's second Aegis for the Ursa, I guess, or maybe the Sand King, because Sand King doesn't have Aegis, right? Okay, it's for Sand King. And the Aghanim, maybe it's gonna just eat the Aghanim. Oh no, so it's going to be the owner of this Aghanim. We're gonna see going to eat. So it will be Sand King's Aghanim, so it will be a pretty big one. Whitemon trying to ward. There is no way that the MOUZ, I bet he knows, right? Yeah, they know. Saika, so comfortable on the high ground. There is no way that the MOUZ gonna kill this bear. I mean, for now they really need full team. There is Hex for the Ursa, also Sandstorm and Burrow Strike. Lorenov trying to just revenge the not dead Ursa, but again Supreme with the BKB, but they gonna escape. MOUZ activate the Stone Gaze, go away from our house, just go away. And there's Burrow Strike and also the Epicenter Force. We're still trying to escape, but I wonder who's gonna death. It's gonna death with the Glipner, beautifully done, and Narman. Narman is the next. Just death. Immersion, Force, and Narman. Exorcism still activate, like so many seconds. Still, it's enough to destroy the latest tower here. And there is, you can just say GG by now, you know. Ember Spirits got silent, and there is Lotus, just use and hit again, hit. Look at this. It's like, okay, you are playing too far from the base, Medusa. You are not part of this play. GG. Finally. Mega kill. That's okay. There is no way Medusa's going to win against Ursa player, like the proper Ursa player. Alright, so I would say that I would mention that 3-3 Sand King is dealing a lot of impact here. Saika probably, I don't think that, you know, it's not really a match for Ursa. I mean, the Ursa is still like having a pretty good time, not like dealing, okay, this is, you are too heavy for me to carry you, but not. This Ursa is like, okay, just chilling around. Oh, you guys already catch the enemy. Okay. Oh, this is kill for me. Okay, so, yeah, you know what I mean. So on the other side, MOUZ. Okay, I want to really mention about, let's look for another offlaner maybe. Darkseer is not really enough to deal a lot of damage against Ursa on the early game. Also not really a good one to farm, especially when you are dealing with Medusa and Naga Siren. Even if, let's say that you can just stack a lot with your Iron Cell, of course the Keeper of the Light's gonna help you, the skill to, again, at the end there is only one that's going to farm a lot, and it is Medusa. It's not you! So let's pick another one, okay, in the next match.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart. Two down. That's four in a row.
Got it. Regeneration. Denied.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart. Radiant's gone and fortified their structures. Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Dead end.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up. Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
Someone, your own side.
Blessings upon loyal warriors.
That was nice of you.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Oh boy.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up. Going for mode. 2 down. Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
Did I hear a squeak? Oh boy.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer. Can't do nothing about Dire's structures right now. Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Well gotten.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help. Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
You were out of your depth.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer. Dire's mid tower's nothing now. Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Oh boy.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business. That's 4 in a row. How about that? How about that?
One of my favorites.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Five in a row. The Dire might want to mine their top tower. Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Double damage.
Over here now.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
6 in a row.
Frost free.
Oh boy.
Arms for the dead.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days. Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now. The Dire might want to mine the top tower. Radiant's bottom tower's done for. No breaking through the Dire's structures for now. Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Dire's got one last top tower.
Illusion!
Dire's top tower, you know the drill. Dire's top tower's getting beat down. The Dire might want to mine their top tower. Dire's top tower down. Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Bounty which my matriarch will prize.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower. Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Haste! Get no darker.
Roche is tough, but the Dire's tougher still. The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Tundra Esports turn to ban.
Problem.
They really have. It's like something that we can sort of address in some fashion, but maybe they saw the clockwork and they've seen clockwork Shadow Fiend together so often that it just makes it easier to just ban it out one time.
Radiant's ban.
Yeah, I guess that is the case. And I mean, sure, you can deal with the Sand King, but 33's performance on it was top notch, not gonna lie. Even though you messed up a little bit with your item usages onto the Sand King in particular in some of those fights, and then you forgot about him completely. It is, he still did everything right. But then again, he's gonna do everything right with any hero that you give him. So that
5 seconds.
it's it takes away that point for banning it out.
I love how stressed you always sound when you're
Radiant's
thinking about how to deal with 33.
Because I
It's
don't
almost
know,
like
man.
you're in the game itself.
It's always cool to find ways to deal with somebody. It's always cool to see a team do it. And if you would put me right now in their situation, I would be very much stressed, right? He's a very tough player
5 seconds.
to deal with. I think he has been at the top of the offlane game for too long now.
Might have to send a mod to deal with him or something. As getting into our second phase now, they did indeed ban the Tusk out from the MOUZ side. What else are we going to be seeing from them? Presumably, right now, what do we pick up? Our offlaner? So that we get to hide a little bit of information, or do we go for our second support heads up?
Do you have a mid laner that you would pick? It's probably the safest to just get the other support, get the Muerta, right? Because if you don't play the Muerta, then it's a problem because Tundra are going to get it.
Naga Siren.
Okay, they'll come back for the Naga Siren. Moon does not seem worried about this whatsoever. He's already chuckling. I don't necessarily like this duo together. Talk to me about it. What do you make of this? What's the rationale behind going for the Naga?
10 seconds to go.
You might have to pick up a Darkseer now, to be honest, because these two supports there's one thing that they're lacking quite a lot, and that is the damage. So I think the idea might be get people who can shove out the waves, get that very big carry, something similar to what MOUZ did in game 1 versus Yakult's brothers. So that could be a way for this support duo to work.
Let's see, Tundra. They have some options for supports as well. They can still go for their Hoodwink that we've seen them play before. We have Muerta available for them.
Dire's pick.
And they will go for the Muerta. As you mentioned, we get some silence going, some damage, some scaling. Feels like this Muerta hero, the more and more I see of it, honestly, the more and more I like it. I'm like, yeah, this feels very nice to be playing into.
Yeah, especially because some of these players who are playing it are really specialists. Saksa probably at the top of them all, but anybody who's been playing the Muerta thus far has looked amazing. Plus, Invoker, Tornado into the setup of the Calling is very, very strong.
Here's a hero that we've seen being banned generally in the third phase. But now it comes here, the Bristleback. It could be the off lane for 33, could be the carry hero if he wants to. Either way, I'm looking at these two supports, Naga and the Clockwork. And if I'm Bristleback, I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm not really too concerned about them whatsoever.
Naga has decent armor, so maybe you're going to be sending her to that lane. Bristleback tends to have a lot of movement speed, so the Deluge can help you in that regard. Naga is not the worst support to have versus him.
So now what the question is, Force was speaking in his interview about how he hasn't really been allowed to play his Primal Beast. Honestly, I really like Primal into the Bristleback, but I like it if you have a hero that can go on the other side. So
but it's
Primal
banned.
Morph, Primal Weaver, is it banned? Oh, it is.
Every single time versus MOUZ, you're going to see the Primal Beast banned first phase, because both Supreme and Force split, and I've seen Force solo win games with this hero.
So now what? What is the option, guys? How do we deal with this BB? It would have been nice if we picked Hoodwink and we had the break already. Are we now starting to think about having to put this Viper in the mid lane?
No, you cannot go that route. You cannot focus that much on the Bristleback, especially with there being a chance of it moved to a 5. Whitemon does play a 5 Bristleback as well. So at this point, you just get something that's going to be staying away from him. Some magic damage, something that's going to slow him down. There's a lot of options. It doesn't have to be a break and kill him.
Queen of
Okay.
Pain.
They are taking advantage of the fact that Tundra doesn't actually have the best lockdown in the world right now. Get those Queen of Pain who can move around. This is damage that can get through the Pierce the Veil. And it's a hero that can jump to the other side of the Bristleback, push him back with the Sonic Wave deeper into the rest of the team.
5 seconds.
I think MOUZ now are kind of lost. They understand with these two first picks, they put themselves in an uncomfortable position. Now they're just thinking, oh, we need some damage, Queen of Pain. Oh, we need some more, it's going to be Timbersaw. But it's the type of heroes that can be dealt with. Right now, you can ignore the Timbersaw and just focus on killing the Queen of Pain, or you can pick a very strong lane versus the Timbersaw and deal with him that way.
10 seconds to go.
What are you thinking? Like Ursa, Monkey? One of these two?
Yeah, those two come to mind as solid possible solutions. Maybe even the Gyro. Gyro is another one that can help for sure. Gyro Luna, not half bad.
there used to be a point where Luna like literally made the Timber like lane unplayable. It's not as bad as it used to be for Timber. You can still play around, but it used to be so bad. But they go for the gyro. That'll give them the magic damage that they need. It's so funny to see these Timbers like posting up thinking he's so strong with reactive armor, and you just press Q and run around him with the movement speed facet on the gyro.
Afterburner, right?
Afterburner, yes. I almost said horsepower from the Centaur, but afterburner. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we all want more horsepower, and that's how we live. There's the ban on the Medusa. The side of MOUZ, they need a carry, but the thing is, the Tundra could still put this Bristle back on 5, and I'd be completely fine with that, and just get something on 33 that's gonna be allowing you to control this Queen of Pain even more. That'd be nice.
I certainly would like that.
5 seconds.
Is there a
and
5?
Also
Crystal
Is there a 5
Maiden.
that's better? Crystal Maiden? Crystal Maiden's actually really pog. Crystal Maiden's really good here. Crystal Maiden could work. I could see, if they were a bit more adventurous as a team, I could even see them going like for some Warlock.
10
that could be pretty cool. Like Warlock, Gyrocopter, Bristleback. Unfortunately, there's no lockdown though to allow all the damage to come in, but in principle, it could be very interesting.
Something that Whitemount plays a lot, which would demolish the Timbersaw, is a Witch Doctor, but I doubt they're going to go that route. So if they're going to be picking up a support, I think it's either Lion or a Crystal Maiden.
Okay. Oh, I wonder. I'm gonna just tilt my head, just in case my head's covering the. Wait. Oh. Let me just. Okay. All right. Welcome back to MOUZ versus Tundra Sport. It's going to be the match 2, and we already see how Tundra Sports really eliminate the Medusa. Also, like it's not only the Medusa, it's the whole gang, it's the whole MOUZ Sports, and they don't seem to have like such a problem on dealing with the MOUZ Sports. Maybe because again, they don't have like a proper initiator. They really need some time to form, and again, since Tundra Sport, they don't let the space created for MOUZ, so that's really a big problem for MOUZ. So okay, but that's for the match 1. Now we're gonna continue with match 2. Here the band heroes are Doom, Shadow Demon, Sand King. Yeah, because the Sand King is 100% the MVP of the match 1. Also Tusk, Beastmaster, and Visage. Also Primal Beast, Puck, Pangolier, Shadowfin, Enigma, Medusa, and Luna. I wonder why they banned the Medusa, even if the Medusa from MOUZ is not really that's right. But again, I kinda know that how hard it is, that how heavy the pressure, the stress that Team Tundra Esport have to deal with when they are facing the Medusa. So that's why I suppose they need to ban Medusa. Right, so we have the full draft here. Tundra Sports. Well, okay, let's start from MOUZ Esports first, because there's already Narman with Clockwork, Immersion, Naga Siren, so we're gonna see double Naga Sirens. So on the same pro player, Immersion's gonna play his second Naga Siren on this match against Tundra Sport. Supreme, Queen of Pain, Force Timbersaw, Unit More playing, and Tundra Sport. We have Loren of Invoker, Saxa Muerta, 3-3, Bristleback, Whitemount, Crystal Maiden, and Saika, Gyrocopter. Okay. For now, I wonder why there is not many teams that gonna ban Lorenov's hero. I don't know whether Lorenov has this big hero pool, so wide hero pool, or rather than, well, I don't know, because I rarely see Lorenov failed on whatever hero that he assigned to. So why? Just why you don't want to like ban Lorenov Zero? But probably the reason is because Lorenovs have such a wide hero pool, or maybe they can, maybe the mid laner of the MOUZ team, or even most of the team they face, Tundra Esport face, the mid laner ones gonna have a head-to-head fair battle on the mid lane. So far there's the Queen of Pain against Invoker. I would say that they gonna be a bit aggressive on each other, of course, with the poison from the Queen of Pain, of course Invoker with a lot of damage coming, and there is a significant like the build, of course. Like, we really need to know what's the next move for the Invoker, how he gonna survive on the mid game, I mean on the mid lane, while also have an impact on the whole map. Because you know, somehow if you want to see a good mid laner, it's the mid laner that's gonna roam, that's gonna make space, and even of course it's like the all of the three cores is the core that gonna win on the lane, of course. And when Invoker's fighting against a Queen of Pain, even if she doesn't have the ult, let's say, she still is able to just roam around, cover the other lanes, of course, and gank, and of course plus dealing a lot of damage. That's how powerful Queen of Pain is. And I would really want to pinpoint that Queen of Pain is also tanky. Let's see how terrifying Queen of Pain with the perfect build. Maybe, I don't know what's this Queen of Pain, what Supreme's Queen of Pain gonna build, but let's say again, Invoker on the other side, he really needs such level. That's why Invoker players rarely build the bottle. Meanwhile, the Queen of Pain really needs the bottle, because she has the ability to roam around, of course. Meanwhile, with the Invoker needs so much level, he doesn't really need the bottle. And again, since he needs the level, he has the tendency to not roam around. That's the big gap. So I wonder if Tundra Esport somehow gonna survive with the absence of the mid laner of covering on the three lanes. MOUZ Esports on the other side, the more playing, the Timber Soul, the Clockworks are pretty way too much powerful. But again, on the early, they are way too weak. You can see here the Tundra Esports, like the Bristleback, Crystal Maiden, maybe she's weak, but I would say that there's a lot of skill coming from the Crystal Maiden. And Arcane Aura also, there will be a lot of aggressiveness coming from this weak support Crystal Maiden. And Muerta, there is the calling, of course the dead shot too. It's like basically just hit and dead shot away. There is so much damage from the early game, so I wonder if MOUZ Esports gonna drag another match to the late game until the more players gonna fight enough to join the fight. But if that's really the problem here, then it means that the Queen of Pain, she really needs to roam around so early as possible, just to cover the Morpling. Look at it, the Morpling is already having so much problem dealing with the Bristleback, and Muerta is like, okay, Saxa maybe.
If that same can happen and not bottom, they're going on to Saxa. He stepped up a little bit too far forward, but Team has already solo killed Lorenov. Saxa may just die himself as well, and he will go down. One more right click from Immersion. At the same time, this big kill was the mid one. Solo kill from Supreme onto the Invoker of Lorenov.
he started trading with the Queen of Pain, and now that lane is going your way. So last time around, you are not winning the matchup that you should be winning, or it's going kind of even. This time around, the Invoker was the one that was supposed to do well, and you managed to kill him. Something that should never happen, but mistakes do happen. And we talked about Tundra, that they've made quite a few of them yesterday. So with those kind of mistakes, MOUZ capitalizing on them, it can allow them to win the game.
You know this new Invoker that has like the absurd amount of regen? Since they made the changes, I literally don't remember the last time I saw Invoker getting solo killed middle. Supreme doing the most amount of work he possibly can here. Beating him in CS, got that first blood, chilling with the bottle. This is the kind of thing you want from your mid laner if you're on the side of MOUZ.
Well, they're pulling the Bristle back into the tower. I don't know if you want to do it though.
Olnitz lying a little bit close to the sun, but he's alright. He's okay. He's okay.
Yes,
He's got some one charges. Yeah, he'll be fine.
The problem is if you lose this flag bearer and you don't get it, that is a lot of gold that will be taken out. Okay, nice done.
We haven't spent much time talking about this top lane. As Whitemon, of course, supporting up this gyrocopter. Supreme just came bottom to pick up a bounty. Just wanted some free gold. Laranov will take away the water rune in front of his face. And Supreme doesn't have that many one charges. He might have enough just for a blink, and he's gonna use it. He's out, he's fine.
He needs to go back to base. It is a bit of a bummer when you need to do that during daytime. You want the nighttime bonus movement speed, but no luck for him.
I still don't know why they made that change.
The Dire's courier took a trip to the old family farm.
Surely you move slower at night, right? Because you can't necessarily see everything, so you're going to be more cautious in your movements.
Maybe they wanted to... You know, because smoking during the night is not ideal if you don't have vision. So maybe they wanted to give smokes at night a little bit of a... more of an incentive for teams to go for it rather than just always save it for daytime, because you can get from one side of the map to the other quicker. Maybe that was the reasoning behind it.
Why then? I would have preferred if they made it like, if you're smoked at nighttime, you have like, I don't know, plus 100 bonus vision or something.
Sure.
Middle lane, Laranov being aggressed upon again, and Narman, he made his way towards this mid lane to ensure they find the kill. Saksa showed up, hoping to bring down Supreme. The calling silences him, Deadshot pushes him back, but there's not enough levels. They cannot provision the damage. Supreme gets away, and Laranov dies again.
Whitemon changed his target there for a second, went for the clockwork, and when he did that, he didn't have the Crystal Nova for the Queen of Pain. It would have been close, but maybe the Queen of Pain dies if they just put all of their focus onto her.
Now she doesn't. She gets to go back to base, replenish her mana and HP. And the thing is, because they got that kill, she's not really missing out on the Invoker, like outstripping her in the CS department in the lane. She'll be back soon enough as the wave is approaching the tower.
And he does have the ulti now, so another rotation like that from the supports catching the Invoker, and you're going to be able to kill him once again. So from this mid lane, they can make a difference, and now they want 33 dead.
Yep, they're gonna make that rotation to the bottom lane. Sonic Wave committed right now. Waveform to the other side. And one of the reasons I love seeing Morphling against these bristleback matchups, you just waveform, and then suddenly it's in a very awkward position. Which way do I turn? Towards the big bad Morphling or the rest of the crew? Top lane, Force getting aggressed into by Tundra. Got hit with the Frostbite. Damage coming in from Psyker, but the Timber Chain through. He's A-okay, gets himself to safety.
Laranov, he is rotating possibly for the Wisdom Rune and has been found.
Yeah, they know where he's at. They don't have a dust though, so they're not going to be able to reveal him easily. Should be able to walk away.
Yeah, he's fine, especially because the Sonic Wave was down as well. Though they've killed him without it as well. In the end, it is just going to be a trade in terms of Wisdom Runes. But one thing that MOUZ really needed in this game is a very strong Queen of Pain. This is the start that allows you to win it. So Supreme, you've gotten everything that you needed to give this victory to your team. Now it's up to him.
And he did the right thing, right? The fact that he made the first rotation towards the Morphling lane, giving him that little juice in the net worth department as well. Make sure that Allnet can have more maintained presence in that side of the map. He can get more farm. He gets closer to his timings. And Supreme has done everything right. And now middle, Laranov in danger of dying to Narman, but does get off the cold snap at the last second before he gets caught in the cogs.
Narman is already level 5, so he should have level 6 at a decent time. It is also the Timber Saw approaching level 6. He has it right now. Next rotation of the Queen of Pain could very easily be towards the top lane, because now it's not only going to be her that's going to be doing massive amounts of damage, but also Force as well.
Invisibility!
Immersion? Looking for the ensnare out onto Laranov, but Laranov gets away with the Ghost Walk. And because this Timber is now at the point where he's not really killable anymore, they can sort of leave him by himself on the top lane. Morphling is safely farming around the wells and that bottom area, so he's chilling. Things are honestly looking quite up for MOUZ, and they even smoke towards the top side of the map. If they can find this gyrocopter, it's Whitemon. Oh, Psyker! No, he went forward! Supreme there with the Sonic Wave. He's inside the power cogs right now. Force shows up, throws in the chakram. He is dead for sure. But Supreme, he might end up dead because Saksa came in with the perfect turnaround, got the calling out. They silence and kill this Queen of Pain. Still though, Force in the vicinity. Laranov wants to make sure that this Timber Sword does end up dead as well.
Frostbite is
he was
coming.
thinking about chasing towards Whitemon. Whitemon! There's no Frostbite because the Queen's Crystal Maiden ends up dead. Oh my goodness, Force.
No vision. No vision. He doesn't have a ward. They're pinging. There's a ward here. There isn't one. Force is just way too good.
And he might go back in right now. Narman has shown up to render some additional assistance.
Why not?
Saksa getting himself slowed down right now. There's a battery assault coming in after the silence, but no, the mana burnt away by Laranov. Tornado in onto Force. Force falling low. Whitemon respawns, gets the Frostbite in, and Force will go down. MOUZ, yet again, they flow. They get so close, but just cannot get these Tundra heroes over the edge.
The biggest problem is that your Queen of Pain died. Sure, Force losing his life there and him being overly aggressive. That's a problem, but the Queen of Pain is the one that you're hoping to have a great game. And Supreme just getting turned around upon is a big deal. You need to be careful. Sure, that was a cool play, jumping in and pushing the gyro towards your Clockwork with the Sonic Wave, but you have to understand that Whitemon is a problem for you.
End up losing out onto our Clockwork. Whitemon throws in the freezing field, forces them away from the spot. But now, with no freezing field available, Force feels very strong. Jumping in onto Whitemon. The Tornado holds him back, but he Timber chains through it, gets the kill. Very nicely done coming in from Force in that situation. And Supreme picks up a shield rune and decides to dive forward. Force is still playing very aggressively behind the tower. Sonic Wave goes in. Laranov will die. And it's a double kill for Force right now. Yeah, he died in the top lane, but still demonstrating how strong he is on the map overall.
Okay, Supreme now, I think he recognizes that it is the Crystal Maiden that is his main issue. So he's telling all of his teammates, kill the Crystal Maiden, I got the other ones. And that is most definitely the case, especially when he gets more points in the blink. And he's now at 3 points. Next up, it's going to be the 4th one, and he's going to have so much mobility without the CM. They're not going to be killing him.
Tower won't last much longer.
Well, the game is going to slow down for a second, and that gives all of you at home an opportunity to head on over and follow us here on Twitch, follow on YouTube, and ensure that you're caught up on social media as well, so you know everything that's happening of the future epic tournaments from Fissure. Mid lane, Immersion showing his value as the Naga Siren, bailing Supreme out of danger. And this Queen of Pain will be fine.
He's going to be okay. While this is happening, and while they're applying pressure in the mid lane, the Gyro and the Bristleback are farming. The Bristleback is stacking for himself. He's gotten to the top of the network charts. We can expect that Aghanim Scepter to be coming out fairly soon. 1300 gold, and he's gonna have it. So during this time, when Tundra are just farming, when you want your Ags on the Bristleback, Ags Crystalis on the Gyro, you are not getting enough of a lead to justify this allowing them to get it. So MOUZ, they're gonna be needing to kill these cores in the side lanes as well.
They're probably waiting to finish off this Dagon from Supreme, and I would not be surprised if they try to make a rotation at that point. Mid lane, Whitemon was trying to take away this regen rune from Supreme. Instead, he doesn't just end up dead. That's gold that's probably gonna go towards furnishing that Dagon even sooner.
Fast move towards the top lane, but they were spotted by that ward, so the Gyro is gonna be a-okay.
Even brought the Morphling over for this one. They don't want to take the chance that Tundra is lying in wait to try and make a big counter move. So tier 1 tower should be secured in the top lane. Some more space for Force to play around with on this side of the map.
And we can assume that they have enough to defend the one on the bottom lane on the side of MOUZ. The Morphling can go back through the twin gates as well. The only question is, do you think you can? I think before this Bristleback gets an Aghanim Scepter, that you probably do have the power to defend this tower still.
About dire structures right now. Trouble brewing.
Looks like they might just decide to sack this one because they are aggressing mid instead. So Tundra will get it, but the first TP will be from Norman. Has hookshot in a second. It's up online right now. Who is he gonna find? The TPs need to come before the hookshot gets thrown in. And the rest of the team is walking down, but they're not gonna be here in time. This tower is gonna get taken away.
Up and they're under enemy vision, so you lose the tower in the end. And it's weird that they allowed that to happen, considering that they finished the Dagon on the Queen of Pain. So Supreme's damage output is insane, and his survivability has gone up quite a lot as well with that item.
All smoked up with Immersion and Supreme. Down bottom, there's a Muerta. But the big target is this Bristleback. That's who they really want. And they have vision of him now. They just saw him. This ward by the twin gate. They know exactly where he's at. They see Saksa. They know that he's here as well, but they don't want Saksa. They would much prefer the Bristleback, but it doesn't seem like they'll have this option. Saksa goes down. 33. They see him, but I'm not sure about the wisdom of chasing a Bristleback all the way onto his side of the map while they're still at tier 1. And it feels like MOUZ also questioned that wisdom, and they'll let him go instead.
And especially now with his Aghanim Scepter being there, he would have been able to murder all of them in a narrow passageway like that. So just let it go and try to take this tower down. The thing is, I think you can't. Tundra have 3 of their heroes here, and the one that was dead is back, so Saksa will be able to help his teammates as well.
They're immediately aggressing. MOUZ content to vacate this area. We do have vision now of Laranov because he revealed himself to go onto Force. Laranov might regret this. He's going to end up dead. No, he's still alive. Throws in the tornado to stop the damage from the Queen of Pain. Force, though, chases him and able to kill him off with the Whirling Death. The question is, does Force escape? Immersion pops the song. Allnet has also shown up. Can they turn this fight? With the Gyrocopter also showing up, they feel on MOUZ. Maybe not. Let's just leave. Force might be in danger, however. 33 trying to chase him. Has Timber Chain in a second. Whitemon trying to close the gap, looking for the Frostbite. Doesn't have enough mana, but won't need it. Between 33 and Psyker, they have the right-click damage. And they bring down that Timber, so 2-for-1 exchange. MOUZ, it felt like they wanted to set up for a much bigger play, but if they just retreated right after the song, that would have been so good for them.
I'm surprised that they didn't stay there, because Crystal Maiden had no mana. Bristleback was relatively low on mana as well. The Invoker was dead. The only threat in that fight really was the Gyro. And they just went out. In my mind, if you ignore the Bristleback, you kill the supports, no problem, and you get yourself out maybe with the same hero that died being Force. So I thought they could have stayed, but they went for the safer play.
Still ends up costing them the life of Force, but none of them were really important targets, especially Supreme. For me, it feels like, well, even Morphling. You have 2 core heroes who, past the 3rd death that they have in a game, they start to really feel like they're lackluster in terms of their impact in the game. So keeping them alive at all costs, I think, is acceptable for this stage.
Found Laranov again.
They get Laranov, Invoker, got Supreme right on top of him, and they will be able to kill him. I mean, he was putting in work against them in game 1, so of course they want to put in some pressure, but now Deadshot, it cancels the TP out from Supreme, as the rest of Tundra just eviscerate Immersion. Supreme blink in a moment, and he should be fine. He's out.
Now let's see if Norman is gonna be as lucky. They have a Deadshot now, so TPing out is it's next to impossible. He's just gonna have to run.
Just gonna try to waste as much of their time as possible. They're still chasing for him.
4-second
Cogs. Gonna be the hairball, drop down, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cogs! Doesn't matter. The Cool Spray will get the kill. Okay. Decent chase, but there was a little bit of time being wasted there. I don't think he minds that much dying after that sequence of events.
This is not half bad for MOUZ, to be honest. You're keeping the Invoker pretty much irrelevant in the game, and your Queen of Pain super strong. Sure, the Bristleback is ahead, but we talked about it. The Morphling versus the Gyro is a Morphling favorite matchup. He's also not that mad when playing versus a Bristleback. And if this Invoker continues to die, he's the one that annoys the Morphling the most.
They saw the gyro. They just don't have the TP cancel. Oh my god. That is... Whew, he will... Yo, he doesn't know how close he came to death there. Neeaclyne was encroaching, but will end up being able to survive in the end.
Yeah, that is why you use the cooldown and instantly TP. He knew that the opponents were in the vicinity, so...
Bottom tower seemed better.
He was mostly aware of his potential death coming.
Dude, Psyker, Nightfall, that guy is just so good at not dying. Like, finding those areas of farm. You can get all the network he needs, get out, and wasting your time in the process. You'll be going to where you think he is, and he was there just 5 seconds ago. You're always too late.
Yep. He understands that he needs to find ways to be useful to his team. He's really not that strong, and if he comes to a fight, he can die to Sonic Wave Dagon. So he needs to find ways to shove out the waves safely so that he's of use to his team. If his team doesn't have a gyro having some impact in this mid game, it's going to be a problem because Ulnit at the moment is ready for battle and gyro not so much.
Uh-oh. Look at this, Queen of Pain. She went past a very dangerous area. She's right underneath an observer ward. They see where she's at. She blinks away just as the death shot was about to connect. Still in a dangerous area though. She throws out the Sonic Wave. And they TP out on the Morphling. Queen of Pain is next. Norman to follow. And MOUZ is out.
Nicely done. You just now walk into the pit. There's no Sonic Wave. I think Tundra can get away with it. Let's see if they want to. Well, they decide against it.
They're coming towards this mid lane. They see this Timber Sword. They wanted to chase down Force, but he timbers away. He's wasted so much time, and now with 40 seconds until the Roshan makes his movements towards Radiant side, there's no way that they get this in time.
There's Aghanims on the Timbersaw. He can survive through anything. The only thing he needs to be wary of now is the Tornado of the Invoker. Once that is used in the fight, you pop the reactive armor, you're not going to go down. And that just gives so much vision and info for the rest of MOUZ to play. Your supports now don't have to go super aggressive, and at some point the Queen of Pain and the Morphling are going to be finding the right usage of their mobility spells to bring down a target. You bring down one support, second support, then the cores of Tundra cannot really fight without them.
I'm very surprised that MOUZ ended up taking such a big movement away from the Roshan pit. They had to be aware that Tundra is going to try angle to play around this.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged
This is quite surprising, honestly, to see. But Tundra have multiple heroes in the area. They do not want to lose control of this side of the map.
They do have heroes smoked up and an Aghanim Scepter, so they're still going to be coming here in numbers. I'm going to give it up.
Morphling isn't here just yet though, and they ping him out. Tundra, they want to try and force the fight before the Morphling arrives, but he's rounding out, he's making his TP. Saksa dying way too quickly. Drop the calling, but it will not make a difference. And they drop the cooldown. So with both of those spells off cooldown, all of a sudden the Roshan pit is open for the side of MOUZ. They just got the Sonic Wave back online.
Huge for sure. Tundra didn't want to go for the Rosh in the top lane where they did have a positioning advantage. They waited too long, and now they're in trouble. They're still gonna go and fight. Let's see how low the Rosh is. This is gonna be close.
Another tier 1 tower, so Weta can TP into it, but it's too late. Ulnit has an Aegis, and now 33 needs to try and run. Aghanim's popped in by force. Close now, quite a bit of damage towards 33, but he pops his Bloodstone, goes in with the Aghanim Scepter, but Immersion there with the song. These two heroes can actually be caught in the same cards. Norman, he finds the angle, Sonic Wave is out, Lorinov already dead. Whitemore trying with the freezing field, but it won't last for long. He ends up dead. However, simultaneously, 33 does enough damage with Psyker that they take away the life from the Morphling. Ulnit will need assistance, gets Manta trying to run himself away. Does have a decent amount of strength going, but doesn't really want to stand and fight up against 33 right now. So they only lose the Aegis life, and they are able to claim the lives of Norman and Whitemore, and they're not done just yet. Now, hookshot onto 33. He's turning around though. It's too much damage. Morphling finally comes in, able to deliver the final punch. 33 does go down, but Psyker with the double kill. Now, which of these carries are stronger at the moment? Saksa trying to survive against Ulnit. He cannot do so, but nor can Immersion. It's these core heroes, the carries that stand tall at the end. A triple for Psyker, a double for Ulnit, and a crazy team fight all around, which includes 9 deaths in the end.
Yep, 9 deaths, a dieback on the clockwork as well. The Timbersaw didn't die, and I really didn't like for him to go for that Aghanim Scepter play that early. If you're going for that Aghanim Scepter play
Radiant's mid tower's coming
do damage to the Bristleback himself, then the rest of the team needs to know about it and you need to burst him down. If you want to ignore the Bristleback, then ignore him completely. If you want to use any of your damage spells onto him, use all of them and try to bring him down. Because this was just not the way to go. MOUZ could have won that fight considering they had the Aegis, but in the end, I'd say with all of it, the Tundra came out slightly ahead.
I mean, if they'd saved that Aghanim Scepter for when Norman had the 2 hero cogs and then you blow it up there, that would have been a much better fight for them in the end of the day, but I'm fully with you. A little bit of a mistimed usage of the Aghanims from Force. They still are okay with that fight, but it could have been really, really good. Still though.
Shards. That's a big one.
Yeah.
But now we have 2 ways to counter the Bristleback Aghanim Scepter when he starts using it. Either you sing a song and heal up your teammates, maybe not back up to full, but you give them half HP, that's good enough. The other one is the Aghanim Scepter of the Timbersaw. If he goes for you with the Bristleback, then you pop your axe and don't really take any damage from it.
I think we're also going to see a big change in how these fights go once we actually have the BKB for the Queen of Pain.
bottom tower.
Right now, she's forced to play in very, very awkward positions. I mean, it's not going to completely save everything because you're still dealing with overwhelming physical damage from the Gyrocopter, from the Bristleback, but will allow her to be a bit more aggressive in how she positions in these fights.
The real timing for MOUZ isn't the BKB on the Queen of Pain, it's the BKB plus Aghanim Scepter on the Queen of Pain. Right, that is the thing that he should focus on. Some Queen of Pains in this situation, oh, he's in trouble.
Let's see, can he get out? Legs onto the high ground. He's fine. He's fine.
I mean, supports were very close and they're gonna go in.
He's fine, Brody. He's fine. He's fine. No, he's not fine. Okay, he's dead. Norman did his best to try and save his boy, but the triple cooldown will be there. Immersion even committed a song for this one. Oh my goodness, they should be able to find this. The Rod of Atos holds him in position. Dead shot to send him back. Easy kill. Does have buyback and so does the Quap, but Tundra, all of a sudden they're on your high ground. No Aegis required before they're looking to take down a tier 3 tower.
They will get it down for sure. 33 can stay here and push Saika. It's a little bit more dangerous for him, but it is a lane of racks that will go down. Once again, MOUZ, it's always these fights in front of their base where they're just not focusing on what the downsides of dying there could be. And Tundra used all of their spells perfectly, especially Saksa. He's the one who caught the Queen of Pain. He's the one who made it all possible.
Oh man. Tundra Esports. How do they keep getting away with this? Full lane of racks being claimed for themselves. Gyrocopter top of the network charts. 3K net worth lead for them overall. And they were doing this despite the fights not necessarily going in their favor, but being able to pick when it was going to work out. And if Queen of Pain had just like immediately retreated to base, that play is literally not possible for them, but thought he was much stronger than he was, ends up getting hard punished for that one.
There's so many ifs there. If he retreated immediately, if the 2 supports didn't TP, and if they didn't use the song, there was just so many ways that you could have saved those Raxes. Unfortunately, MOUZ didn't do any of that properly, and thus Tundra, they're so good at capitalizing on your mistakes. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile, and it's just always going to be that versus players of this caliber.
Yeah. Well, it's a 4K gold lead. Fortunately, it's not full set of racks just yet, so you can still play Dota. And you still do have a Morphling that is quite farmed. They just need to get the BKB Ags, like you mentioned. And I feel like they need this BKB on All-Net pretty badly as well. That's probably why he didn't feel any confidence showing up bottom. He's like, guys, if I go there, I die and we lose the game. So I gotta be playing and farming elsewhere instead.
Yep, it's better for him to get to a point where he is incredibly powerful, where he can burst people down, because you do have time for that to happen. The Queen of Pain, if the Morphling is able to jump in and take somebody out from 100 to 0, is gonna be able to wait a little bit with her initiation. Currently, that's a necessity.
they're smoked up. Oh, actually, a hook shot coming in. They burst through Whitemon. All right,
Now you fight.
that's a good start. 4v5, what do you do from here? Force, going forward with this Timber Chain. Trying to just force them back with the Chakram. 33, putting some pressure onto him. He feels kind of immortal right now. He's just picked up a pipe with inside as well. 33. But here comes Supreme, finds the Sonic Wave. But nobody catches onto Saksa really. And now Supreme is in danger. Cold Snap on top of him. The damage from the Bristleback. But the Cogs, they push the Bristle away. Immersion drops down the song, so this will have the space necessary for them to retreat. At the same time, Psyker wants to force the BKB charge out of, or only wants to force the BKB out of Psyker. Tornado thrown in here in the middle. Olnet in some trouble, pops BKB of his own, trying to force Psyker into doing the same. But Psyker holding the charge as long as possible. He might have held it too long. He's gonna end up dead. Double kill for Supreme. 33 right now, finding himself annoyingly isolated. However, Whitemon on the high ground drops the freezing field, kills off Force on his Timber Saw. Now Narman, can he get himself away here? He's still alive for now as Lornoth got blown up by Olnet. 33 is the big raid boss at the moment. Supreme on the back lines. They're looking towards Whitemon. They want to ignore this Bristleback. Can they kill Whitemon in time? Immersion. They drop down the ensnare onto Bristle so he can't chase further. Supreme really wants this kill. BKB active. He finds Whitemon and he gets him. Can they get Olnet out of here? Adaptive strike pushing back 33 into his side of the base. Supreme sees the TP coming in from Saksa, afraid of the calling. He doesn't have a BKB any longer. There's the Rod of Atos into the calling. Will they deadshot him back into 33? Yes, they will. Saksa ends the killing spree, collects a ton of gold for his lineup, and turns what looked like a disaster to an even fight for Tundra.
It's still a victory for MOUZ because their Morphling did survive, and same is not true for the Gyro, but 33 is currently the real carry. Oh, and look at what he's going for. Okay, I didn't see that item in a long time.
They're gonna try and go back on them right now underneath the TL1 tower. 33. Like you mentioned, he's the actual real carry right now, effectively immortal, but Olnet here with the Kanda wants to try and get something out onto him. Lornoth trying to create space, dropping down the Tornado, but now he doesn't have protection for himself, but Saksa does. Deadshot, sending back the dangerous heroes of MOUZ. So
okay, I'm actually pretty triggered about the camera. Let me just move the camera by my own.
eviscerates Welter, but the Sunstrike hits Olnet, and the damage from Psycho and 33, they kill him. Whitemon will end up dead on the far side thanks to Supreme, but the real target now is Force. Timbersaw trying to get himself away from Psycho and Lornoth will be unable to do so, as these two big cores of MOUZ, Timber and Morphling, killed off. And man, the damage. I didn't think Olnet could die that quickly, but apparently he can.
Yeah, he can, and it's gonna be dying even quicker once there's a Daedalus on the Gyro. These big items, they're coming out from Tundra, and there it is. The Revenant's Brooch on 33 is gonna be doing some massive right-click damage once one that is done. It's very, very close to being so.
I literally can't remember the last time I actually saw it in the game.
Radiant's mid tower's getting the whoop.
I'm trying to think, when was the last time I saw Revenant's Brooch?
When it could crit, before they changed it, and when it could crit, that's when you saw it. And if our viewers want to see it even more, they should subscribe to our Twitch and, of course, our YouTube, as well as follow all of our socials so they know when we are gonna be live with this tournament, and of course, the tournaments to come in the next year as well. It is a rough situation right now for MOUZ. The Queen of Pain has fallen off slightly, but it's still this hero that you're looking towards. And also Force needs to be careful with that reactive armor usage. If the Tornado is off cooldown, do not use that spell.
Scan from Dire side will connect. They know that MOUZ is coming to contest this. What angle will they be able to approach in? Rocket Flare sees how low the Roche is. They commit to the cooldown, but the song. Oh no, can they actually get this? They're gonna steal the Aegis. They're looking to try and maybe kill these heroes. Invoker, Tornado, nicely done, will protect them for now, but they're going on him. Laurenoff in the corner there with the BKB, it won't help him. He dies, Allnet now hoping to chase down onto some of these squishier heroes as Whitemon dropping the previous field to create space in the middle of the fight, zoning back the rest of MOUZ. They can't keep fighting heads up into this. Allnet will end up losing his first life away, but he's gonna come back for round number 2. Force in the meantime though doesn't have an Aegis and will just heads up die. So they lose out on the life of Force, but they do get Whitemon and they get Laurenoff, and they do prevent Tundra from walking away with the Aegis.
You're delaying this game still if you're MOUZ, so Aegis did get taken out, but that also means that the enemies don't have it as well. The problem is that this gyro has started doing massive amounts of damage. You need to find a way to keep yourself away from him. And once again, I think it was the reactive armor from the Timber Saw that was used too early, right? The second that ends, the gyro just kills him, even through all of the reactive armor charges. It doesn't matter. He packs too big of a punch. The Yules I do like. Surviving more on Force, surviving more on every single one of MOUZ heroes is the way that you win these fights and this game in the end.
I was thinking about that brooch. Perhaps it's about the Morphling, because he doesn't want to necessarily buy Disperser, and it's one of the only other items in the game that can take away mana from the opponent.
Well-gotten gains.
I guess so. Maybe he's expecting some Ghost Scepters to come out as well. I'm not sure.
All I know is that I don't want to question 33, you know? There must be a very good reason why this is taking place.
It does do a lot of damage, right? That's the case. If you look at the Bristleback, you pop the Seeing Red, you get all of those stacks, you have more than 500 damage. If it is magical damage at this point, it makes sense. And Morphling is a hero with like 40, 50 armor that doesn't have that much HP. So magic damage right clicks are something that you want to have versus him.
You mentioned the game has been delayed. Tundra will not have an Aegis to go high ground once again. Still have that lane of Rax pushing out down bottom.
Radiant's
However, it's only a 3k gold lead. This Morphling is still very high up there. He needs help from his supporting cost. But there is a universe where this Morphling, given enough time, does really become the massive damage dealer in the game. We still need like, what, 10-15 minutes before we really approach that point.
There's one thing that we didn't discuss about the Revenant's Brooch. It gives you 20% of magic heal, right? So spell lifesteal, yeah, that's what it's called. So as a Bristleback, that's you pop your Bloodstone and you add that Revenant's Brooch, you're really never going to die.
Speaking of deaths, Saksa trying to put one onto Norman. Deadshot is there. They still have this tier 1 tower, so it's very easy for them to show up here. They'll give the Sunstrike kill towards Laurenoff. Nicely done. Good read on the map by Saksa there.
So Queen of Pain, instead of going for an Aghanim Scepter, he went for a Refresher. I'm okay with this, right? The double BKB, a double Sonic Wave, and the double Dagon really make a difference in these fights. You might not be getting a billion of those screens when you're using the Shadow Strike, but you are going to be getting a lot of damage out anyways, and this makes sense. The only question is, who do you want to burst down? They've been bursting down the supports, they've been bursting down the Invoker, but one of these two big guys needs to fall. I think that is why they got the Refresher. Let's say you wait out the BKB on the Gyro and then you jump with everything on him. He thinks with the Satanic he's going to be fine, but with this Refresher and the Queen of Pain, there is a chance he dies.
Yep. We've seen in some of the previous fights that there is proof of concept in terms of killing that hero. And check out our boy Morphling. Looks like Allnet has decided that he's tired of dealing with this Bristleback. We get ourselves the Silver Edge to break that passive and actually get the damage out onto 33.
He's going to be needing a BKB on 33. That's one thing he doesn't have. And if he wants to survive this amazing damage, now you don't have to be focusing on the Gyro. Now you focus on the Bristleback, you break him, and you double Sonic Wave, kill him. But already he's only 1,000 gold away from the BKB, and then that break really won't be as valuable as you would like it to be.
Mid tower's getting banged up.
Nonetheless, they still want to show off that break because look, they get out. They only get out onto this Bristle. Sonic Wave pushes him back. Allnet wants the kill. They can't find him. Is that the full alive? 33 is still alive. No! Gets onto the other side. The second Sonic Wave misses, and they've all been set up for Psyker to flak into them. Two supports dead already. Supreme forced to BKB, TP out. and they almost had it. 33 was down to the wire, but he manages to get out by the skin of his teeth. Oh my God, we need to see a replay of that one. That was insane.
Supreme, if you buy the refresher, use it and kill him. He waited so long with the refresher and the second Sonic Wave, and that is why he survived. With him surviving, now you don't have a single Sonic Wave, and he's still alive. He's full HP, and the second lane of Rax will be lost. This is a disaster.
Top tower.
That was a very bizarre Sonic Wave from Supreme to just throw out in that situation.
Radiant's top Rax.
Oh boy, like you said, everybody's full HP. Alacrity now on top of the gyrocopter. However, Immersion is coming back in, and so is Norman. And the one thing is that they didn't actually commit any of the support spells in that engagement, so maybe Tundra feeling that, we've gotten as much as we can get. Getting a free tier 3 is still good enough for us.
I guess so, and also a big fight as well, right? With that, you're going to be getting so much info on the map. Look at the wards that they have. It is going to be a Radiant side Roche, but that is the lane where you did get super pierce, so naturally it is going to be pushing towards the side of MOUZ and allowing you to get into a better position.
All right, here we go. Sonic Wave came in, the Scream is there, Olnit with the waveform forward. They almost had it. And he took so long to get off the second Sonic Wave. He was hoping that the Scream of Pain would be enough. But the whole time, Psyker is literally uncontested, just dealing flak damage the entire time.
But this is the thing. This is why you bought it. You bought it to burst down that one hero and you decided not to do it. And unlike the other side, okay, they do have the use to remove the AD room. That's nice. But either way, it's still going to be a full lane of Rax gone.
Smoke up right now. MOUZ hoping to try find something on the retreat here. He's still 48 seconds away from the second refresh. Sonic Wave. Oh boy. I guess you might have to wait until the next fight comes to you, and thankfully for them, it does seem like Tundra is willing to oblige them. They're not like vacating this area. They still feel very strong.
Well, they're gonna have that Sonic Wave fairly soon, but I think in the next fight he's not gonna be waiting. Olnit knows that the Wolfer is right on top of him. He might be able to burst him.
Nah, you back, bro. Don't do it. Olnit, just go home, dude. Olnit, go. Olnit, please, brother, go home. Olnit, the last creep isn't worth it. Olnit, no. In a turn now, they're gonna put pressure back onto Whitemon. Whitemon dies without buyback. 33, however, still the big bad one sitting on the front lines. Olnit finally takes away the gyrocopter form, but he has no way to just sit there and deliver his damage. Finally gets off his BKB, trying to hold his ground, but these heroes are too strong. Immersion pops the song. They need to get out of here, of course. Also activating the reactive armor with the Axe. They've blown through onto Norman right now. Next to Borgo will be Soxa. Larnock, he's there on the back line. BKB active. The song pushes him away, but it doesn't kill him. Olnit trying to chase him, but doesn't have the vision. Deafening Blast will be there as the Chakram does eventually get the kill. But now the question is, how does Olnit get out? Okay, him and Supreme are still alive. And a very chaotic fight, and it ends up being in favor of MOUZ. You were correct. They took the brave option, and it worked out for them in this situation.
They had a really good war there on the high ground, and at some point, I mean, they placed it again, but at some point there, the Muerta did take it out, and that's when it started looking okay for Tundra because their enemies didn't have that great of a vision any longer. When was the last time that either Gyro or the Bristleback died? I don't remember, man. It was a long time ago.
Oof. Now you're asking the real trivia questions. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yep.
You know, in my mind, Bristleback definitely died not that long ago, right on the spot where the Morphling is, but in reality, that didn't happen, unfortunately.
In reality, he somehow survived. Supreme is... He's going to be very mad about that one, especially if they lose this game. And it's looking like it's going to be a problem, especially because you're 2 lanes of Rax behind. Both the Gyro and the Bristleback are level 25. Their damage output is insane. 33 didn't even need his talent for the 12% spell lifesteal because he already has way too much of it.
Yep.
Old Roche won't be coming back for a while.
They give 33 the refresher shot. Whitemon is the one that grabs the cheese. I mean, they probably feel to themselves that if there's no realistic option or scenario where they actually get through the cheese, the BKB, and the Aegis. And speaking of BKB, a charge gets forced out of Supreme, so we should be down to 6 seconds on the Queen of Pain BKB, right?
Yeah, and he doesn't have a refresher. That is a 6-second BKB of his. It goes down. You have 80 seconds before he has that BKB, and you have 50 seconds before he has the double Sonic Wave. So you can most definitely poke onto the high ground. You feel strong enough, 100%.
He did just grab a butterfly for the small flame. He bought out for this one. Will not have buyback, but they have no NKBs. Lot more damage. Beautiful 4-star. Psycho on the high ground already. Allnet's waveforming forward. Psycho having lost a lot of HP, but still in a decent enough position. He will not be killed off just yet. However, they do force the BKB out of 33 as he's leaving the base, hoping to try and catch out onto Supreme. The Sonic Wave, though, pushes all of these heroes back. At the same time, Force, he jumps in. They almost kill Psycho. Will Psycho actually die? Yes. That's the first life away. On life 2, though, he does have BKB available. How do they approach this fight? As the damage rains in onto Force. Force is dead already. Loranov, though, will be killed. Norman found him. And at the same time, look at Immersion. Holding this gyrocopter in position with the Song of the Siren. 33 going in onto Allnet. Forcing out Allnet deeper into the base. And Allnet also had to use the BKB just to escape here. They will not have it available for the upcoming defense.
Supreme has double Sonic Wave. Maybe you can go and bring down Psycho. He has the BKB, but you can do it.
The one Sonic Wave, the second Sonic Wave, Psycho, BKB at the ready, but they don't have enough. He gets out the Satanic, rips through the Morphling. Allnet is dead without buyback. And that will be it. GG, well played is called. MOUZ cannot do it. They tried their best, but Tundra Esports will not be denied. They claim 2-0 here in BetBoom Dacha and move to the top of Group B.
MOUZ showing in the second game that they had a chance. This wasn't as clean from Tundra as it was in the...
Okay, match 2. Tundra Esports versus MOUZ Esports. And the victory belongs to Tundra Esports. One thing that I want to mention is already mentioned by Nurul on the chat. You know, the camera, hello official, the official camera is way too, I don't know. They put the camera on the side that's not really happening, like when the creeps charging in, but on the same time the fights taking somewhere place on the map and the camera didn't really catch that. So it's like, what's really happening with the camera? And when there is not really a fight happening, then just the camera just roaming around, like, you know, it's not in a way that we're gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna ask the official about this. Maybe there's something wrong. Okay. However, about the match, congratulations for Tundra Esports. Well, I would say that on the early and the mid game, MOUZ somehow brought a really great fight against Tundra Esports because they know that gyrocopter need the item, so they should be really charging pretty early on the early until mid game. But again, it's I wouldn't say that the Morphling is a fail one. Here we can see here the Morphling and the gyrocopter is on the same level, even if Morphling is on the losing team. And we can see here also the death not really for a part. The fact is they have the same death. Also the kill is not really, yeah, it's like, you know, this Morphling, if there's a condition that really make this Morphling can really shine, then they gonna make the match one and one, of course. But the thing is, maybe I wouldn't say that. Okay, I honestly didn't enjoy the match because of the camera, so I would mention that, look at this, even Lorenov is feeding, Whitemon's feeding, Success feeding. The one really carried the match from early until the mid game, and late game is the bristleback. Gyrocopter is just hanging around with the rest of the team, and no, there is not much. I really think that if they gonna drag it way a bit longer and with pretty yeah, I noticed one mistake. It's about the Naga Sirens. Like, you know, when they deal a lot of damage with the Timber Saw, also the Scream of Pain, also more playing when he imitates to the Gyrocopter, if I'm not mistaken. They deal a lot of damage with this kind of movement. But again, Naga Siren song on the last fight, yeah, the last fight's really the big match one. Somehow silence almost all of the damage coming from Team MOUZ and bring the Tundra Esports victory. So that's really unfortunate again. This is why the Naga Siren is not really a good choice if you don't have a proper communication, of course. And well, I would say that maybe they have a great communication, but again, at the same time too, maybe the Naga Siren has this urgency to protect the rest of the team. So that's why it's gonna pop the song as soon as possible. Little did he know that the damage that the team dealt is so much, so overwhelming, that can really destroy all of the Tundra Esports member. And you can see here the total kill is only 30 and 29. It's I almost come to a conclusion that Team MOUZ gonna win this match too, 1-1 on the score. But again, that's really a big unfortunate movement from the Naga Sirens. Like, why you pop the song now? So that's what happened. Okay, so I want to see what's the next tournament. So we're gonna see Talon versus Yakult Brothers and Aurora versus Team Spirit. I don't think that I'm gonna stream this. Because I'm pretty much kind of sleepy. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. See you on the next live stream. Tomorrow. Also,